The Last of Us, the critically acclaimed award-winning game of 2013, finally after 6 months of wait, got its first and only piece of story DLC last week called Left Behind. 6 months is a long time, and with the current market of people trading games in after completion, you will have a small audience who can play this DLC day one, and only a dedicated few who will repurchase this game to play it. Is it worth picking up this story-driven DLC, or should you save a bit of money for the next month of big game releases? Before I get any further, it's recommended you finish The Last of Us before you play this DLC, or listen to this review, since it will touch on elements of the main storyline.
Riley? Ow! I landed on my hip.
The game's story is told through the perspective of Ellie during 2 parts in her life. The first telling us the untold chapter between fall and winter when Joel hurts himself and Ellie is looking after him within a mall. The second tale takes part within another mall, but tells the story of Ellie before she met Joel, and the time when she got bitten by the infected with her friend Riley, who briefly got mentioned during the game's main storyline. The chapters when you are with Riley is purely story driven. There is no combat during this section, and the story is told between these 2 characters who you know will be facing their untimely end to the infected. In The Last of Us, the storytelling was less about an overarching villain, but was about the characters interacting and how they lived in this post-apocalyptic world. This is no different here in Left Behind, with Ellie and Riley exploring the mall that holds relics from an age they never got to experience. It's great watching them interact with the environment, and you get to know the 2 girls through the dialogue. There is a lot of tension between the 2, but you can tell they are true friends. The worst feeling is, you know it's going to come to an end sooner or later, which makes it heartbreaking when it happens. This makes the story more powerful that way, since you will become invested in Ellie and Riley's relationship, and you don't want to see it get destroyed. Even at the end, when the time comes, the game will present you with the opportunities of escaping this predetermined fate.
Totally. Are you kidding? Told you.
Even though the gameplay is much the same, Naughty Dog does introduce new ways the game mechanics can be used for other things than just fighting. During the Riley section, you'll be exploring the environment while taking part in cleverly designed minigames to see who is better between these 2 close friends. Without spoiling some of the story game highlights, you'll get to interact with different parts within the mall, and the amount of stuff you can interact with is quite crazy. When you do have to take part in the fall section of the game, you'll be given opportunities to force the bandits to fight infected while you watch and pick off any stragglers. My only issue with the gameplay was how difficult it was getting back into the fall sections, since it had been 6 months since I played the game last. I had forgotten about the controls, the different type of infected, and what their detection properties were. The game wasn't useful at informing me of this, even though I had a tutorial on that would recap control schemes. When I encountered the infected stalkers, the game told me the stalkers couldn't see my flashlight, so I assumed these infected were blind, so I would be able to sneak past them. I soon discovered the stalkers could see me just fine, with or without the flashlight, and even behind cover. It reminded me why some people didn't like the combat in the original game, since the controls weren't perfect to say the least, and the infected and bandits could get the upper hand very easily against you. The fall sections were unfortunately not the highlight of this DLC, and I was always looking forward to returning to Riley's sections. The world of The Last of Us was a brilliant masterpiece designed by Naughty Dog, and they have done wonders here recreating these 2 areas. The mall may be deserted, but it is well detailed, and each of the shops you'll explore have everything you expect that shop would stock. The voice acting is top notch, and the cast have brought these characters to life along with the excellent character models and how they interact with everything in the mall. You'll be wanting to explore every section during Riley's part of the game, so you can hear everything that's been recorded and how the character models react to them. Music is used lightly throughout the DLC and amplifies the mood of the current situation. When there is no music, the atmosphere is enhanced by the sound effects in the backgrounds for bird tweeting to the crunch of snow under your feet.
Alright, you ready?
Alright.
I heard 2 peanuts walked into a park. One was assaulted.
Oh!
Good one.
That was a good one.
Left Behind is one of the most experimental DLCs I've ever come across with AAA gaming. With the gameplay forced to the background in place for the story, you'll feel like you're controlling an interactive movie. Even with the knowledge of how the story will end, it doesn't put you off from playing it since you want to see what's around the next corner. You can see why this game won so many awards for storytelling and excellent characters. Naughty Dog have done a fantastic job once again and have pushed the PS3 to its absolute limit, and the prospect of them making games for the PS4 is mind-blowing. If you still have a copy of The Last of Us lying around, you should purchase Left Behind. No question. The story can be finished in around 3 hours and costs $15 in the US or £12 in the UK, the same price you would pay for any new DVD or Blu-ray. If you have sold or never played the original game, you should definitely purchase it for the original game's story and this excellent piece of story-based DLC. I only wish Naughty Dog had taken a page out of Ubisoft's book and sold this DLC as a standalone. I think there will be a lot of people out there who sold this game who will not repurchase the game just for this, which is a damn shame. If they do buy this game again, they won't buy a new version, but a pre-owned copy, meaning Naughty Dog won't profit from the resale of this game. This may be, personally, one of the best pieces of DLC I have ever played, and you should too. If you've enjoyed this review, please subscribe to my channel and check out my weekly gaming news recap, reviews and features on my channel. Thanks for watching, bye bye.